Let's Talk Stroke. I am your host and stroke survivor, Jerry Wald. And for those of you that are new here, I started doing this show to bring awareness to stroke, TBI, aphasia, um, mental health, and also to bring on survivors from all across the world to share their journeys so they can tell us all about their story. And also to bring on experts in brain health to share their knowledge for all of us to learn. So let's get right into it. This morning's guest, my guest, is Joy Turner, and she'll explain everything that's going on with her. She had her stroke about 8.5 years ago, and also is a CEO and founder of Strengthen You LLC. And so please ask questions, make comments, and if you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Let's Talk Stroke. And look forward to having you here. And please ask questions, and let's go ahead and start. All righty. Good morning, guys who are here. Kelly, Aubrey, nice to see you. Kelly, yeah, again. Salute, nice to see you. And Chai, nice to see you. It was a great show with you the other day, and Sandy. So let's go ahead and start and bring on Joy. Mike, nice to see you. There we are.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, you see Jeff Roberts. Nice to see you. You can see the comments on the right side.
I'm seeing the comments. Hello, all my lovely sweet faces. How y'all doing this morning?
Yeah, awesome.
We got Jeff, Mike, Sandy, Shy, Salute, Simply Arbs, Kelly. Hey y'all.
I love it. I love it. Wow. So you've been pretty busy. You not only you have other shows that you do.
Yes, I am. I am all over the place. Let's be for real. So I co-host the show with a guy named Roy Anthony. He is also a comedian. So I co-host with him and Hank Norman. And then I do the Strokes of Humor with Junior and Jeff. And then my own podcast. And then sometimes I get to play and dabble in my Australian community with the Genius Network. So I'm a little bit everywhere.
Awesome. And you actually, before you had your stroke, I mean, who were you?
Well, before my stroke, I was a hairstylist. I didn't have much purpose like I do now.
Yeah.
So I was just a person existing in the world, thinking I was young and nothing could happen to me. So
Right.
I wasn't much of nothing back then.
Yeah, we feel we're invincible back then, but I understand.
Yes.
But so what led up to your stroke? And was there a cause?
Well, it was a couple causes. The first cause being genetics, DNA. My mom died when I was 10 years old from an aneurysm, and my dad is also a stroke survivor. So that was like in me regardless. And then the second factor was high blood pressure. Yeah. And the third most like tremendous factor was me not taking my medicine. I didn't understand that medicine was trial and error. So when they kept switching it, I was like, I'm not going to be your guinea pig. And so I thought if I just kept working out, drinking water, eating right, and, doing stuff like that, that I'll be okay. The lies, because that's what caused my stroke, me not taking my medicine and genetics.
Yeah, interesting. Wow. Yeah. Wow. So you had your stroke, and then obviously now you have a purpose. I completely understand that.
Okay. Yeah. I had the stroke, and when I had my stroke, I had two boys at the time. Well, I still have them, they my kids, but at the time they were 3 and 5. So of course that was a struggle. But when I first had it, I was pissed off, Jerry. I was angry. I was like, why did this happen to me? I'm 31 years old and my body don't work. I can't talk. I can't swallow. I was pissed. But then something happened in me the next day, and it was like, well, my mama died from it, and I'm still here. My kids still have me, so there must be a purpose for my pain. So I started kind of reinventing my thoughts and changing the way I perceive life. And it was like, there's a purpose for my pain. It's some greater beyond me that I
Yeah.
was created to do. So that's what like kind of forced me to be the person you see now with all of this purpose and energy ready for the world.
That's awesome. I know. How did your kids take it? I know they were too young really to. Well, maybe.
You know, they were too young. My oldest, he remembered. He was 5 at the time. And he remembered me hitting the floor because he had to answer the phone when my husband had called back. So he remembers a little bit. But we had to go through counseling and stuff like that because it was trauma. Because of
Yeah.
course, you know, we don't have strokes by ourselves. It affects the
No.
people around us. So we had to do a lot of counseling. And at first, the first year was hard because my oldest would talk about how slow I would walk or um, me drooling or something like that.
Yeah.
But you know, it as I cried about it at first. I
Yeah.
cried about it, but in my crying, I started to educate them and just teach them what it meant to appreciate the person for just who they are. So now I can honestly say that they are 10 and 13 and they love people for their heart, not for the outer appearance. So
Nice.
it was traumatic for them, but it also strengthened them to see people for their character and their hearts. So it was a beautiful blessing.
Absolutely. I know. So now, so um, yeah, you are because I watch you a lot, and it's so funny what you do, especially on the comedy thing. That is just a crack up. Um, it's awesome. But I know what you mean about having a purpose. It really does make a difference. I mean, I thought my purpose was banking, and I thought it was great. But now this is it. You know, if we can inspire one person, I think I've done my job. You've done your job.
Absolutely. I like you said, you thought yours was banking, and I thought I was supposed to be a hairstylist. And now
Right.
I realize I'm meant to be a motivator and an inspirer because the one thing stroke could never steal from me was my personality and my smile. Even through the droopy face and the slobs, I was in there cracking jokes at myself. I talked about how bad I smelled, and
Yeah, I
I
understand.
made it a whole comedy thing, and my nurses loved me because it was never a dull moment in the
Yeah.
hospital.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, no, no. So do you have any like I limp? I walk like a penguin now. So
Oh, you and me
any?
both.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
I'm a
I watched you
penguin
doing.
walker, and you see that hand? That hand
Yeah.
don't do nothing, but we get it. We get it. So I have left side weakness. I still have memory issues, but I play a lot of brain games to help with that.
Yeah,
Um, as like I said, I walk like a penguin, but I know you see my crazy videos
I love
when I'm trying to do all this crazy stuff stroke style, you know,
them.
because you know we still here. So I feel like
Yeah,
we need to laugh and smile through the pains because it's a lot of pain. And if we
yeah.
focus on the pain, we'll be just a bunch of depressed, sad people. Nobody wants that. So I
Right.
choose to be joy and just be silly and just, you know, enjoy
Yeah,
all the moments because that's what they are, moments, and I embrace them all.
yeah. Absolutely. And you said in the beginning, I think whoever is watching that had a stroke, we all understand that first year or could be many years, that depression, you got to keep yourself busy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like you
When
said,
I
you're pissed
tell
off at
you
life.
that depression hit me like a box of bricks.
Really.
And to be honest, sometimes I still go through it. I don't think it ever really goes away. I think we just make choices every day to choose happiness versus being sad about what is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we focus more on what we can do and the light of life versus that negativity because depression is like on my back constantly because I'm in constant pain. So because you know constant
Yeah.
pain brings you, thank you honey, you
Ah,
know constant pain brings you just, it brings your mood down and it changes like everything. So
yeah.
yeah, I make choices every day, all day, and music is one of my biggest encouragers.
Yeah.
I sing, I karaoke, I make my crazy jokes, and they all at my own expense because I feel like as stroke survivors, it's easy for us to point the finger and judge somebody else.
Oh
And
yeah.
really, as anybody, not even stroke survivors, everybody do that. We laugh at other
Absolutely.
people and their pain, but I make jokes at my own expense
Same
because
here.
I know the struggle is real and it's funny. It's damn hilarious.
Yeah. Exactly. I never posted. What's the name of your comedy site? We'll join you. You're funny.
Oh yay! Okay, no, just join my Strength in You page, honey. I post it all right there because I don't. I steer. I keep everything in one location because I want people to know all sides of me. Don't think that I'm just an inspirer. Don't think that I'm just happy all the time. I'm not. Like you're gonna catch me on bad days. You're gonna catch me
Yeah.
cussing somebody out. Like because I got a potty mouth, Jerry. It's bad.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. After my stroke, it got worse.
Right?
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
there it is right here. Strengthen You. I think it was Kelly.
Yes.
Strengthen You on Facebook.
Yes, sir.
That's where
And
it
you can
is.
also go to my newly built website page that I'm building myself. So it's under construction, but it's actually strengthenyou.org.
Nice. Okay. Salute. Can you? I know. Can you put that in there? Strengthenyou.org.
How do
That's it. So how long were you in the hospital for?
I 6 weeks.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
6 weeks. And when I
Yeah.
tell you, Jerry, listen, I was walking through this hospital talking about y'all got me smelling like a bag of garbage. Because when
I
you're in
totally
the hospital,
understand.
they don't shower you every day like they're supposed to.
Right. Exactly. And
And
they shower you. You remember? We're humbled right away. Our pride goes.
I'm a female, so I had to be humble real fast when they had to help me with my girl problems. It was a
No.
situation.
Yeah. No. And it's funny. Most of the women showered me, but so I was really. They just kind of. My pride went right out the window. So I mean, at first I'm thinking, God, this is kind of crazy. You couldn't say anything, but in a wheelchair, I'm sure with you too.
And see, my problem was I had the stroke. And after I got past my anger, I got immediately horny. I just wanted to give it to everybody.
Really? That's good.
I was just
Uh,
throwing it at all the nurses.
this is great. Uh,
It was ridiculous. Oh my goodness. I don't know about anybody else, but no, ever since my stroke, I feel like those sexual hormones have just went through the roof,
elevated.
and I'm just always on charge.
This is great. Oh man, let's see the yeah. This is awesome. Yeah,
Well,
I
thanks
love
for
it.
having me, Jerry. This is so much fun.
Oh, this is absolutely awesome. Shai, nice to see you. He said, I don't know if you see his comment there. He was actually born in Israel, and now he's in the United States and
Okay.
loving life.
Hey,
And
Shy.
yeah,
Welcome, my
awesome.
dear.
Yeah, Jennifer White. Do you know Jennifer
Love
White?
you too, Jennifer. She
Yeah,
follows me. She's a part of my. I also do support groups every Friday on Zoom, and Jennifer
great.
always comes in. Yeah, because it's important that we support each other. So I do support groups on Friday. I got my podcast on Monday, and the Strokes of Humor on Wednesday.
That is, this is terrific. I mean, you're right. You keep yourself busy like that. I find when I don't do anything or just around, that's where this bad thoughts come in my head
Yep.
and it's bad. So
Yep.
I'm glad you're doing all that.
Absolutely. And I'm a full-time student.
You, you're a full time student. My gosh, what are you taking?
Well, I originally started for physical therapy, but I didn't want to limit myself to physical therapy. And I love doing stuff like this. So I just changed my major to communication.
Wow, good for you to be doing that because I know I'm not making any excuses, but as a stroke survivor, the memory and all that, and you're going to school. God, man, you should be so proud of yourself.
I actually am. And you know what? I'm hoping that through everything that I'm doing, I teach my kids to not give up and to just be persistent and to follow their dreams and,
Yeah,
let nothing stop you despite what happens, because life has always got them balls trying to hit you in your head with them.
yeah, absolutely. No kidding.
Yeah,
So true. Wow, wow. I mean, you're so motivating, so inspiring. I mean, I'm glad everybody's here talking to you. This is great.
this is awesome.
Wow.
I really
Yeah.
appreciate you. You have no idea.
Oh no, no. This is great. This is great. Um, Mike Peters. I don't know if you know. Do you know Mike? Great guy. He's from the South Wales, United
I
Kingdom.
don't I don't know, Mike. If we don't know each other, honey, find me on Facebook, Joy Towner.
Yeah, that is funny. Yeah, we all want more of Joy. You know what's funny is, yeah, I know you're so hilarious too. But so yeah, keep going. I mean, you were what other? Because you got out of the hospital and
Oh,
you
well,
aphasia? Did you have aphasia?
I did for a little while, but I found that I was able to sing better than I was able to
Yeah.
talk. So I started just singing everything. Good morning, and I started singing everything, honey, and that was the end. That was it right there.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
once I started doing that, and then I started playing games like Luminosity and Elevate
Oh
and stuff
yeah.
like that. And then that started to thank you, Salute. Then that started to kind of help me get my words and enunciate and all that kind of stuff. And then I just kept talking, honey. I talk so much. And then the year after I got out the hospital, I started volunteering in the hospital, just going to encourage other stroke survivors not to give up and that there was life and, hope after stroke because nobody came to visit me and I was lost in the
Yeah.
hospital. So once I
Yeah.
realized that I can be like a support system for others, I started doing that. And that's what made me build Strengthen You. It actually started as encouragement and I would just post encouraging stuff and make my crazy videos and all that kind of stuff. And then it just kept my thoughts just kept growing, and I was just like, you know, the strength lives in you to do everything you want to do. And that's where I came up with Strength in You, because
Yeah.
everything anybody wants to accomplish, that strength lives inside them, but they have to
Yeah.
believe in themselves enough to do it. So after I started doing the volunteering at the hospital, I loved it so much, and just being able to influence people. I kept volunteering with my kids in their classroom, and those kids, they
Nice.
started mimicking me, Jerry, like the arm was messed up. They started,
Oh, yeah.
and so the teachers was like, "These kids really love you. They really take to you." And then they paid for me to go back to school, and I became a preschool teacher after my stroke.
My gosh, this is terrific. I mean, you're not letting anything stop you.
I refuse. I
Yeah.
refuse. And I became
Wow.
that preschool teacher, and I did it for 3 years. And the only reason I'm not still a preschool teacher is because I almost went to jail.
No,
Somebody
Abby.
called me a nigger, Jerry, and I
What?
went crazy. And after that, I said, you know what? This is
Yeah.
probably not the field for me, because I will find myself. Don't let the stroke fool you. This one hand will knock the hell out of somebody. And
No
so
kidding.
once I snatched the kid up, I snatched him up when they called me a nigga. And when I had to go to court and all that stuff, I was just like, it's not even worth it. I was
Yeah.
like, I get more purpose and feeling really good from helping people like me.
Yeah.
And that's what made me focus all on trauma survivors, not even just stroke, but
Right.
trauma, because I've been through molestations, like I said, my mom passing away, and just it's a bunch of other stuff that I was like,
Yeah.
I'm a trauma survivor, which makes me a warrior, and I can survive anything. And I just started.
Absolutely. And I know that. So because I always say, a stroke survivor, but I love, not love. I do like actually brain injury survivors because we want to, want to help. everybody, anybody. It's a good way to say it, trauma survivors, because I've had people on there that didn't have a stroke, but they've had some serious trauma. I mean, they were uh,
Uh-huh.
taken over. They were kidnapped at 13 for 3 days, and you can imagine what happened to her. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
raped and beat up, and just unbelievable. But so that's trauma. Not to go down the hill here, but that was
No, you're good. I
yeah,
understand what you're saying because we're supposed to be here for everybody. And if we all had that mentality like we do of
yes,
helping everybody, not just stroke survivors, because to me, trauma don't have a label on it. It's just trauma, and
right,
if we all just help trauma survivors, we'll all be in a better place as humans, not as
yes,
black, white, nobody, just people, because I love all
absolutely,
people. I don't give a damn what color, where you're from, how you live. That's none of my business. I just love
right,
you because you.
yeah,
So
and it's awesome. That's so cool. I mean, this is I'm so glad, and I like the fact that you volunteer at the hospitals for letting people know, if stroke there, things do get better. They think their life's over, and
absolutely.
and that's what I do. I go to the hospitals too, and go to the stroke support groups to encourage them. Like you said, I've seen it all. Well, you have too. It's tough. But
It's
and you're doing your stroke support or your support groups on Friday night.
Friday mornings on Zoom,
Oh,
but I actually think I'm gonna change it to Saturdays because I know some people work and they do other things, and I'm trying to make it to where um it's for everybody. They can all get in. So, of course,
yeah,
like I said, y'all, this is trial and error because I'm starting to build my team. So far, I got Courage and Wisdom, which is Katrina Prince and Junior
love it.
Hernandez. I just brought them on my team, and we're just slowly building. And I started by myself, so it's just gonna take time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it's not even for monetary value. If that happens, great. But I'm not looking for that. I'm just really
right.
trying to be that light in this dark world because there's so much darkness around us.
Wow, no kidding.
Mike, I love you.
It's so funny. Yeah,
You can find me on YouTube at Strengthen You. You can also find me at Joy Town on Facebook. You can also find me at Strengthen You on Facebook. I will post somewhere. Jerry will tell me where to post for you guys to get all of my info. We'll make
yeah,
sure you
absolutely.
get it, honey. He's funny talking about I'm not a stalker.
I know. That's Mike. He got that. Usually he's busting my chops, but he's a great guy. Lynette, I agree. That's so good.
Look, y'all got me cracking up. My arm didn't.
No, I know it's I always and I probably shouldn't change the thing, but I always say stroke is not for the weak, but you know,
You better
but
say that. You better
yeah, but
say that. You know what? I
yeah,
don't try to I don't try to discredit nobody else, but I always say things like if this stroke had happened to one of my sisters, they wouldn't be like me. It wouldn't be the same mentality just
right,
because I'm me.
mm, yes,
Joy is just joy despite what happens. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
Jerry
absolutely,
is Jerry despite what happens. So it's just certain people I feel like was special enough to take on this burden because we're strong enough to do what we do and bring
yeah,
smiles and light and love to people no matter what.
yeah. I completely understand that. Mike, I'm so glad because Mike has I've been seeing a lot of posts. He's been really down in the dumps for quite some time, and I see you said this. Let's see, you cheered me up. Well,
Oh, I love you. I love you, Mike. Yay.
yeah,
That's my goal though, because like I said, that's the one
yeah,
thing. This to me, my smile is still crooked, but other people don't see that. And
no,
so I still just share it, and that's my
yeah,
purpose in this world. This is the light that I'm meant to share. So if I can just make Mike put a smile on his face and feel like he's loved because you really are, then I feel like I'm winning. So yes, thank you, Mike. I appreciate you. You
yeah,
make my
absolutely,
heart
absolutely.
happy.
Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, this is I get all discombobulated, whatever you call it, watching the comments because I really do appreciate you guys making comments, asking questions, whatever. Because I mean, how often do we have Joy here? I mean, really, she's somebody, you know?
Whenever you want me, sugar, I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
So I see Mike asks, have I faith? So I would tell all of you, I am not a religious person at all, but I am spiritual. I do believe that there's a higher being, but I don't believe in the word that was given to us because I feel like it was written by men and it was something for us to believe in. Now, I don't judge people who, do have their religion and what they believe in because everybody needs something to believe in. But for
Sure.
me, I believe in there's a higher being. They created purpose for me, and as long as I'm being good in this world,
Yes.
on my job, I
Absolutely.
don't believe in all this other stuff because I feel like it's a way to segregate people. It's a way to create hatred to be like, oh, well, you're Christian and I'm Catholic, or you're supposed to dress this way, or you gay, or you straight. None of that even matters to me.
Right.
That's irrelevant to being a human. So yeah, I'm spiritual but not religious.
Right. And it's like, you see his comment. Mike says, I have no choice. And the reason he's saying that is, his, I believe when he had the stroke, his wife became a priest.
Oh, but he still has a choice because
Yeah,
although she's a priest,
exactly.
like right now, I have a belief in a higher being, but my husband doesn't,
Ah,
and yeah, but my beliefs had nothing to do with theirs, and I don't push. Neither one of us push what we believe on the other. We
right,
accept who each other is because that's their walk with that higher being. That's not your personal walk. So I
right.
would just encourage you to maybe just talk to your wife more and let her know that right now you're not ready. You're not there yet. What's for you gonna always be for you, but should nobody force any of their beliefs on you. And that's just my opinion.
Sure. Absolutely. Wow. So, okay, yeah, Jeff Roberts, here we are. Okay. May not like your options, but you always
Absolutely.
have a choice. That's right there, Jeff. Um,
I think
yeah,
it's enough being stroke survivors that we don't have a choice in being stroke survivors. Now that we don't have a choice. We didn't ask for these cards. It was just dealt to us. You know what I
right,
mean? So
right.
we're
Oh,
gonna
absolutely.
play this hand that we have right now. But any other choices that's man-made, because religion is man-made, all this stuff is man-made. Those are choices. You have options. You don't have to follow what men say you're supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You're so good. And just me changing subjects. Simply Aubrey is awesome. She does a YouTube show. Well, my time it's like sorry, Ob. I think it's the because I catch her. It's at like 6 in the morning my time in Central Time. Um, awesome. She's
Arbor, you
very
got to put your
encouraging.
info out and send me some info in my Facebook, honey. Let me see if I could check out your show, at least on replay.
Absolutely. She's awesome. I'm so glad we met each other. That's right, Salute. We do definitely have a choice. But yeah, so you got out of the hospital, and did you felt maybe you didn't have a purpose, but then you decided, you know, I have a choice. I'm not going to live like this.
Yeah, but it didn't come. That part didn't come overnight.
No.
I went home in a wheelchair,
Yeah, I know.
and the day I got home, believe it or not, I told them put my wheelchair in the kitchen, and I sat in my kitchen, rolling through my kitchen, and I started cooking. And the first thing I made was nachos because I said I just wanted to get out the hospital and take care of my family. I was just tired of being there. So once I got here and hubby had to go back to work and kids had to go back to school and all that kind of stuff, and I'm just here with a dog. And the dog, he knew something was wrong and he would just love on me.
Yeah,
And then something triggered in me and it was like, but I don't want to just sit here because I'm just sad. When I'm just thinking about everything, I'm just sad. So
absolutely.
I started just looking for places and ways, but I couldn't find a place for us. I saw all this stuff for cancer and AIDS, and I just saw all this stuff, but none of it was stroke survivors, and they were not young people like me. Because remember, I
Right.
was 31.
Yeah.
So every time I seen stroke survivors or victims, however they see themselves, they were older. And so I was
Yeah.
like, well, who the hell gonna teach me how I'm supposed to?
It's so true. Yeah. I
So I
thought it
was
was older people.
I'm gonna
I thought it was
create
the
this
elder.
myself, because then I was like, I know I'm not the only person in the world who done been through this and who going through this. And so I just started finding ways to be better. So I started exercising around the house first.
Good.
And then, I was in therapy and I was like, record my videos so I could show it to other people and how I'm doing.
Yeah. And that's good. It's to help and inspire other people.
But
But
I didn't
yeah,
realize that's what I was doing at the time. I thought at the time it was just me showing people I'm getting through. I'm pushing through. I didn't realize I was inspiring nobody because I wasn't in the right, my cognitive wasn't there fully yet.
yeah.
So I didn't know I was helping nobody. I just was being my crazy ass self. But then
It,
I started receiving messages from other stroke survivors, and they'll be like, I'm so glad I saw your video. I was about to give up, and then I saw your video, and
wow.
stuff like that started to like fuel my fire. And it was like,
Wow.
ooh, 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 ooh. And it was
This
like,
is
oh,
awesome.
piece of candy. Like,
Yeah. That that's good. Yeah. I mean,
and so yeah,
doing
that's what just kept me and started pushing me to do more, because it was like it was bigger than me now. It wasn't just
yeah.
about me and my healing. I was actually giving some to somebody else. And so I was like, oh, maybe that's my purpose. And that's when
Yeah.
I started being like, what is my maybe this is it? Because even through all the ugly smiles, I'm still smiling. And that was like, I'm gonna get his ugly face to somebody.
Uh it
So
yes.
that was my
That
thoughts.
well, you know what, it's so good because that's when I started doing mine, the same thing. I thought I want to see what I'm doing right or what I'm doing wrong. But then, like, these people started reaching out, because I thought at 49, I'm the only stroke survivor. I didn't know what a stroke was. I was shocked. I had no purpose. I was driving to the airport because my wife, used to fly airplanes. So I went to the airport and looked, volunteer, volunteer. I turned right about, go home. I was depressed. I don't want to go to the airport and bring up bad memories. And
Yeah.
so, but this is the purpose, trying to help other people, and that's what you're doing. You're really doing that on a big platform.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And watching me grow right now it's I don't know, it's unbelievable because it's like it's little old me.
Yeah,
And you don't realize the impact you have to the world until you let your guard down and you be
yeah,
yourself, and you see how people appreciate you for just being who you are, no matter what that looks like. So it was like,
yeah,
excuse my French, but I got a lot of fucking in my system. When they
yeah.
started doing that for me, and I was like, okay. So that's why, like, I started going live at like the airport because I wanted people to see. Don't be ashamed. You're in a wheelchair going through the airport. This is the perk of being a stroke survivor. This is one of the good things. You don't have to stand in line. You don't have to wait like everybody else on their legs. You got somebody to push you around. So
So
you got to
cool.
find the positive in the little
Yeah,
things.
yeah. Wow. Uh, this is so funny. What did I So uh, when you left the hospital,
Uh-huh.
the thing that I really realized, because I couldn't talk really, that all there is a little handout and say practice these exercises. They don't tell you about aphasia. I didn't even know what that was. Um, I did you leave the hospital with anything and say, okay,
Well, I can
this is what
honestly
aphasia is?
I can actually shout out to Memorial Central Hospital because when I left, they left me with a handbook of what a hemorrhagic stroke was, what it
Wow.
looks like with the healing. They had my outpatient therapy set up. They had sent me home with pictures of how to do the exercises, and
Right.
they made sure I was good, but I also advocated for myself. Although I couldn't talk that good, I talked
Right.
enough and I wrote down. They knew what I wanted because I made sure I communicated. So my advice in that aspect to anybody is, no matter if you're just having a stroke or if you're trying to go see your doctor and you're worried about something, advocate for yourself. Trust yourself, listen to your body. Don't let nobody tell you what's going on with you, because you know you more than anybody else.
Yeah.
Advocate for
Absolutely.
yourself. Yes.
Yeah. Do you take meds now?
Just blood pressure meds. Well, I take
Oh,
potassium. I take potassium, I take iron, and I take 4 blood pressure meds. But to be fair, I went from taking 14 pills 2 times a day to
wow.
4 pills 1 time a day.
Wow.
So
Congrats on that. Wow.
I'm excelling, and I think the more I get healthy and all that good stuff, eventually I may not be on no pill.
Yeah. Good for
I'm
you.
hopeful.
'Cause that's,
I'm hopeful.
yeah. That's, I hate to say it, it. For me, it sucks having to take all this meds because I had the same thing as you, a hemorrhagic stroke.
Okay. See, what
So
I'm learning, some like they give me like all these muscle relaxers and all this other stuff, but some stuff I don't really take like that, just because I feel like these prescription drugs, although they come from your doctor, they harm like your kidneys, your liver.
yes.
They harm different parts of your organs, and
Yeah.
it's not worth it. So
Right.
sometimes when my body's experiencing pain, I know that that means I need to work out.
Yeah.
Or if I'm going and I'm going through an anxious, like crazy state in my mental, I'll eat me
Yeah.
some edibles and ingest me a little THC. Don't judge me.
No. No. It's totally cool. I mean,
And
that's
you
I
know,
mean,
I
that's
do
funny.
CBDs and stuff like that because it's natural. I try to do as much natural stuff as possible because I already have to rely on blood pressure medicine. That's the
Right.
one pill I'm not gonna not take, because that's what caused my stroke to begin with. So
Right.
I'm
Right.
definitely taking those, but all them other pills I don't take like that, because it's more damaging than it is. It's just like those commercials. After they done gave you them pills and stuff, then they be like, if you took, wait, perfect one, baby powder. If you use baby powder, you got cancer right now.
So
So I'm like, I just rather not, because all these medicines they give you, you see the little fine print that go past the commercial real fast and you
oh
can't read
yeah.
real good. That's because they telling you about to have diarrhea out your ears and your kneecaps about to fall off and your
It's so true. I mean, why they make those commercials? Because there's everything wrong with it. All of warning things, the bad effects it can have. It's like, wow. Yeah, exactly. I was watching Catherine. I call her Kit. Um, do you go to the pharmacist and ask them after your doctor prescribes something?
sometimes. But I
Yeah,
haven't had to
I
do that in a
do.
while, because I haven't did that in a while, because I've been taking the same 4 pills for the past 5 years.
Yeah. So why would you go to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no anxiety medicine. I could tell you don't need it, but you do have your moments, like you said,
Yeah, I
behind the
definitely
scenes. I
have
mean, I
my
get
moment.
that. Right.
Yeah.
We all
But I
have
think
that.
that's
Right.
human nature. I think we all have those. And anybody who try to pretend that
Yeah.
they're happy go lucky all the time is gonna find themselves in a world of trouble, because
Yeah.
that's not reality. Like, we all have moments, and
Mm,
just remember that they are just that, moments. Your
mm,
whole day don't have to be consumed with that moment. Pick
right.
yourself up, remember what you're fighting for, and then go forward, because we all have moments. And
Yeah.
just accept the fact that you're human. Love
Yeah.
the fact that you're human and be okay with that.
Yeah. Love yourself, and it's okay to ask for help.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I
I
see
think you
Mike
need.
say he think you need something to cheer you up. You the person that cheer you up. I turn on music and I remember that I'm joy. And then I listen to music, like, it's always got to be positive. Like, I can't listen to headbanging music when I'm depressed, because I want to go cut somebody. But
Not
But
laughing at this, funny.
people like India Ari, I listen to a lot of India Ari. I love her because it's always
Yeah,
positive and motivational. And then I speak self affirmations to myself all the time. So the only way you can really, because can't nothing cheer you up better than you, Mike. Like you have to be your biggest cheerleader and remember where you came from. Remember that there was a starting point and now you're here. Let's see.
that's true.
Oh, thank you, Salute. I love Salute. I just want to go and hug her and kiss her cheeks. She's so
Yeah,
fluffy.
yeah, she's awesome. We met a couple times, and her past husband. I know it came out wrong. Salute. Her husband died of a stroke. Uh,
Yeah, Tom. So did you
yeah.
meet
Okay.
them in real life?
Yeah. We.
Oh, cool.
I live in Texas, and at the time they were
Wait
living
a
in
minute. Wait a
Inglewood,
minute,
California.
Gary. Wait a minute. Flag on the plate. Wait a minute. Rewind. You live in Texas?
Yeah. I moved here probably 14 years ago with my wife, and yeah, and
What
moved to
part?
Austin, Texas. But now we live in New Braunfels, which is probably 20, 30 minutes from there,
You know,
between San Antonio.
I was just in Happy, Texas.
Is that the funniest names that they have out here? Happy Texas.
And just for me. It was just for
I
me.
know. God, you must have loved it.
I did. I
Oh,
went to stroke camp out there, and now that I know you're in Texas, I'm gonna make my way to you because I got a few people in Texas. Yes.
ah, um, yeah, mic drop. No, but that'd be awesome. Come out. Yeah, we
You know
met
what
in
you
2000.
know what one of my goals is for my LLC for Strengthen You? I'm trying to put together a big family reunion of all stroke survivors.
Right. Yeah.
But I got to get a central location, and it's going to take probably about 5 years before I can actually get this planned the way I want it. But I would love to have like a big family reunion
It would be
with just
great.
all of us, just from all over, just loving each other, and just
Yeah.
we have like a talent show, and we just have a good time. And I
A
just
comedy show.
yes, I got ideas, honey.
you know, and you say 5 years, we're still going to be stroke survivors.
Right?
That's not going to change. Um, and we all know what we're going through. So that's really the cool thing. You know,
Absolutely,
it'd be a big
absolutely.
cry fest and a happy fest. And
Please do,
yeah,
Kelly.
yeah,
Yes, no, that is hilarious.
yeah, that's great. I don't know if you know Rochelle. Nice to see you. I know I saw you earlier, but I didn't say hi. She's
I
from the
don't think I
Bahamas.
know Rochelle, but hey, Sugarfoot.
Yeah, she's from the
Just so
Bahamas.
y'all know, I got problems. Everybody's gonna be Sugarfoot or Sweet Face or Honey Bun.
Well,
And it's
I
just
like
I
your
love
bio.
all of y'all. Even if I don't know you yet, honey, I love you. Just know that it's real life.
Yeah, it really is. I know it's so important to love each other and just be friendly. Give somebody a smile out there because so many people we don't know what they're going through. Meet in Texas, yeah,
I'm with that salute. Yes.
yeah, yeah. She came here.
Yeah, next year I'm going to the next stroke camp. I think I'm gonna go to Virginia next year because it's my
Ah,
goal. Hopefully, I can travel all the states where the stroke camps are, and then
yeah,
just steady keep building because a lot of people don't even know stroke camp exists. A lot of people don't know
right,
about that. So
right.
maybe the more we do it, because it's my goal to send one stroke survivor there every year.
Good. Oh, wow, it's so important, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do is raise awareness because so many people don't know. What is it, 20 to 40% have aphasia, and we don't even know what it is. People don't. But I think I see
I didn't. I
other.
know. I didn't know what aphasia was. I just know I couldn't talk good.
So true. I
But you
completely
know
understand
what?
that.
You know what is amazing to me? Ever since my stroke, my measurements are perfect. When I go to cook, and you know how you get aluminum foil to cover food or whatever,
Yeah,
it's literally always the perfect size. And I'm like, it's mind blowing because I'm like, I had cognitive issues for a little while. It didn't last long because I played a lot of brain games.
Right.
And
Good
some
for you.
about
Wow.
now, my math and my measurements are just
Spot on.
yes. But I read faster, but it takes me longer to comprehend it, if that makes sense.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it
Yeah, so I
does.
have to read it a couple times before I actually get it. But yeah, that math, don't try to mess up my money.
Not a good thing. Hello, Keith.
Hey Keith, what's up, boo? He late. Well, look, you're gonna have to rewind it, honey, and go back on the replay.
Yeah, this just so you know, if anybody's watching, well, I guess Keith and everybody else, this show is live on Facebook, Twitter, two Facebook pages, Twitch, um, YouTube. I probably yeah, bunch of social media sites. So and they'll always be here. So if you don't uh, make it, you can always hashtag replay. I mean, it's be there forever. And please subscribe to YouTube. On YouTube, let's talk stroke.
And
Woo!
also, please subscribe to Strengthen You on YouTube. We'll love you.
Absolutely done. Remember, you guys do that, please, and hit the little notification button so you know when Joy's on and going live, so we can and let's talk stroke. Jerry's on, and give a shout out to can you see right here, Myomo. I don't know if you know who they are, but that's a great company. So that's a sponsor, which I love those guys. So
Okay.
yeah, Mike, you're so good. Uh, um, well, I'm reading these comments. Yeah, you guys totally. I'm like, what happened? Well, we kind of listen to Joy's amazing journey and how she's inspiring everybody. It's just amazing.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate you. Listen, and if you want to get to know who Strengthen You really is, let me tell y'all. So I wrote my
Perfect.
first little book. It's a short story. It's not that long, but it's just I wanted to give people kind of an insight to why my brand is what it is and why it's so important to me. You'll
Wow.
get a piece of my story in that book, and it is on Amazon. It is called Fight Lives in the Heart of a Survivor, and it's by Strengthen You. Yes, honey, check it out.
Wow. That, oh, I should have. Or if anybody's here can that knows or whatever, can you put it in the comments, or we can do the comment after. I can put it in the comments, but that would be great. So I mean, it's on Amazon.
Absolutely. I plan
Plus,
on doing more.
good. Would they put it? They could probably go to Strengthen You, and then they'll find it too, on in Amazon.
Yeah, absolutely.
My gosh, this is great. You got a lot of things going on. Nothing gets you down. I mean, this stroke survival life has kind of changed your life. Obviously,
This
you hit
stroke
the
survival
ton of
life,
brick. You
it's
know,
been a blessing in disguise, I must
yeah,
say. It's
yeah,
been a blessing in disguise because
absolutely.
it let me see what I am capable of. And that's what made me create Handy Capable. Because there's
I love
nothing
it.
we can't do. It just looks different. It may be slower and it's
Yeah,
different, but there's nothing we can't do. I live by I'm handy capable, and I encourage all of you to know how handy capable you truly are and to believe in you more than anybody in this world ever can. That's how your light shines right there.
God, I've learned so much today, and I also love the handy capable. My God, that's powerful.
I'm making shirts right now. I'm making shirts right now on Teespring that says handy capable at its finest. Yes.
Wow, this is so cool. I love it. Wow, this
Jeff get on
wow.
my nerve. He's stealing my shit. I mean,
Oh, that's awesome.
so I
Oh,
usually
Jeff,
say that to him. I say that to him all the time when he say crazy stuff to me. I be like, "Shut up! You're making my stroke hurt." But this has
oh,
been amazing, Jerry. I really love doing this show with you.
yeah, I appreciate it. I watch the comedy things, and I think, God, I used to be very comedy. What do you call it? Comedian type stuff. I thought I was, but you guys, when I'm watching you guys, it's so funny with you guys doing it. Ah, man.
Well, thank you. I try to watch
Oh,
my mouth sometimes because I told you it's reckless, and since stroke is worse, and I try to keep, keep it on lock a little bit because
oh,
she is already a potty mouth. But then when you freaky on top of having a potty mouth, you know what kind of stuff come out that mouth?
I know. I totally understand. I mean, yeah, I completely understand because when I had my story, that's the same thing. Is my filter kind of went south. You know, YouTube does strengthen you or strengthen
Yes,
you.
strengthen you.
That's it. Oh,
Thank you,
awesome.
salute.
um,
Mike, I'm on whenever Jerry say he want to have me. I will be back, honey.
Absolutely. I mean, this has been what I mean. This just proves a point to everybody that you don't let it get you down. I mean, you're a you're a joy. I really.
Just remember, y'all, there's always a reason to smile. We of course we know there's many reasons to be pissed off too, but there's many reasons to smile. Everybody didn't wake up this morning. Oh, girl,
Yeah,
did you? Hey, thank you.
way to go, Aubrey. This is awesome.
I
Good for
appreciate
you.
you, honey. But no, there's always a reason to smile, and you make the choice every day to wear your crown with pride. Put that light in there. This is what I tell people on my show. Put your crown on, put your lantern right inside that crown, and then turn that light up. And all that light doing is radiating all over your body. Anything negative gonna bounce back. You ain't
Yes.
accepting nothing but positivity and light. And you keep going with that, honey, because you fuel your own fire. You don't let nobody steal from you what you deserve. You deserve happiness. You deserve peace. Don't let nobody steal that from you.
Wonderful. Now, I was going to say that one of the last things. What would you tell somebody about? What would you tell somebody that's going through, the stroke, what
I
we
would
go through,
say, first and foremost, I would say be patient. I will tell you it don't come overnight. Don't let nobody tell you you're plateauing because there's never an ending to our progress or our recovery. As long as you're putting a little bit of effort in every day, you're going to grow. Every little inch is a mile. Nothing is too small for you to try. Everything is too big for you to give up. Never give in to giving up on yourself. Know your worth. Know that you're valued and you're loved and you're important and you need it, and just keep going forward. You're going to have down days. It's okay to scream. It's okay to cry. It's okay to do all that. But you don't let it consume you. You don't let it stop you. You don't let it hinder you. Always go for it and remember that you're stronger. You're as strong as your will to fight for you. Keep fighting for you because I believe in you. That's what I'll say.
thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everybody here too. I mean that stuck around when all tons of people. I have the counter
I
over
know
here.
this was awesome. Like,
Yeah, we
I couldn't
definitely.
even keep up with the comments. This was amazing.
I know that's why I try to. I shouldn't. I've been told don't look at the comments, but I love the comments. I like to see what people are saying. People ask questions, and it's
Yeah,
awesome.
you
So,
want to
but
engage with your people. You're right. Keep looking
yeah,
at the comments. I
yeah,
think that's good.
yeah. Engagement is so powerful with everybody, and is wonderful. Thank you so much, Joy, for being on here. And we definitely, if you're up to it, I'd love to have you back on.
You already know, Shafoot. Just let me know.
I love it. I love it. Well, take care, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Yes. Y'all have a good one. Love you all. Have a great day and be blessed. Don't quit fighting for you. You are worth it, honey.